Hi everyone, my name is Samantha. Today I'm gonna be talking about something that I'm really proud of, and that is my journey of how I became a nurse being 17 years old. I have to start by saying that during my junior year of high school, I was still undecided of what I wanted to be. I have tried many different classes, such as criminal justice, businesses, but I didn't get interested. I always knew that I wanted to be part of the medical field, but I always questioned myself, saying that you're not capable of, you don't have the potential. Have you ever questioned yourself like that? I'm pretty sure you have that, because we all tend to do that in some point of our life. And for me, that was a point in my life where I was questioning myself. But at the end, I decided to go for it and give it a try. And even though I got into nursing by accident because I was supposed to go to AMS, I have to say that I ended up loving nursing. During the first year of nursing, we didn't get to do many activities or projects. It was more about gaining knowledge, but I still love it. And as for the second year in nursing too, the class was split into 2 semesters. The first semester was taken for our teacher to gain training and went to the facilities and work with other schools so that she can share her experience with us. And I had to wait a whole semester impatient to get into nursing too. And I remember I always tell myself this quote from Leo: the two most powerful warriors are patient and time. I had to say this quote to myself because I was really impatient. As we got into nursing too, a lot of bad things happened to start off. I was like a misfortune in that class. For me, my paperwork got stuck in the mail, and I was supposed to have that paper ready like for the first 2 weeks of the class. And without those papers, I wouldn't be able to be part of the nursing 2 class. So I was like impatient to receive those papers back, which I did the last day I received them, so I was able to stay in the class. And also, other things that happened was that we were new. The program was new in our school, so the people who were going to test us didn't want it to come down to San Luis because it was only 4 students who got into nursing too. And they said that it was the amount of students was small and they didn't have the time to come down and just for 4 students. So we had to do a lot of sacrifice. We had to go to Yuma. They also wanted to split up apart, like 2 students to Somerton, 2 students to Yuma, and we were high school students. We were scared. We didn't have experience, so you can imagine our hearts were starving of anger, and we were all like out of the place. We were all scared, but it was a good experience. I have to talk about my clinical site hours. I got to do 2 days. My first day was a good experience because I got into the dementia site and I got to learn from people from them. I learned to feed them, take vital signs, and I saw a shower. Thank God for my first time, it was a woman, not a man, who was being showered. But as for my second day, I got switched and I went to a different hallway where I met Vicky. She's the CNA who was gonna be instructing me, and I remember the first thing she asked me was whether I have seen a men's private part or not. And I was like, obviously no. And she was like, well, today's your lucky day because you're gonna see one. And I was like, how is that my lucky day? But she went like, in this career, you're gonna see a lot of those. So if you were wondering, yes, I did saw a men's private part on my second day because we did a male brief change from one of the residents. So on my second day, I got that experience, which I don't want to repeat it. But we have to end up quitting going to the clinical side because COVID-19 started, and we just took the class online like any other class. And for the clinical hours, we did like a simulation in class. We took it during the class, and during our lab time, we did the clinical sites. So for the day of the test, we were all scared. We didn't know like if we were prepared or not because we didn't went to the actual facility to do the hours. But I have to say that I was the last one to get into the testing site and the first one to leave. And I was like super excited after I was leaving because like I knew I had prepared myself well enough. I knew that I had passed the test, and I was like relieved from that. And I did pass the test, the knowledge and the skills. I got an email saying that. And days after, I applied and I only got my CNA but also my LNA license. And I have to say that one thing I learned from nursing is that we have to put ourselves away. Like, patients are the first thing. We have to pour our heart to the patients. And like, that's something amazing because for our families, it's the same thing. If we have to care for someone, like, you don't put yourself first. That person comes first and their safety. So that's gonna be all for me. I hope you love my story and that I hope you love my speech and that you enjoy it. And thank you for listening to it.